Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to Minecraft. Now, as you can see, I finally, after a long time, I don't even want to think how long it took, I got the paintings that I wanted, and I did get this one up above the thrones, but I didn't really like it. And these are the only two pictures that I thought fit that were the 4x4. So I went for this angel painting with the banners here over the throne. So I think that works out. Got a nice gentleman here with a sword, I'd like to think, over the fireplace. So far, so good. Now, what we're going to do today, guys, is we're going to try and complete a lot of stuff. We are at the home stretch of this castle build, and I'm really wanting to move on to start taking on the Ender Dragon. So what I'm going to do here, we've got some spruce fence. That would work. I actually like the dark oak, though. Tell you what, let's go ahead and go with the oak, the standard oak. And we are going to make some fences. And how many sticks do I have? 52 sticks. That is good. Let's take the oak with us, because that would be embarrassing otherwise. And we need some pressure plates. I don't know how many we're actually going to need. Let's go with 7. And then super expensive fences, because we need to make basically little tables for all of our guys. How many did that give us? They gave us 6 fences. Let's see how many we'll have to do after this, and we'll work from there. Got the dogs resting right here. It's kind of like the little guard dogs for the Lord and Lady. Think that looks pretty cool. So we're going to work our way. We also need to shear some sheep because we'll need rugs. Oh, I forgot and wanted to show you guys that. Went ahead and got rid of the candles that were along around here, giving the center portion light. And what I did is I got some wool carpet to go along instead of the brick. And I don't get me wrong, I missed the tile design, but as you can see, don't have to have a whole lot of candles right there. And I think that gives a good look to it. So we're going to go ahead and stick with that. So let's head to the servants' quarters. This is where the most of the... Ooh, no. Not water. Where most of this is going to go. And I did a quartz cross here, which is kind of ironic considering where the quartz came from. But I think it looks pretty good and settles the chapel aspect of it. Something very simple. Now, here we are in the servants' quarters, so we need... Let's get the fences up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oop. That's not what I wanted. Come here, you. There we are. 1, 2... 4. Pretty simple, pretty what you would expect, I would assume. And maybe some chests. We'll put some chests here so they have a place to put their belongings, like foot lockers, for lack of a better term. And I think we'll be done with the servant quarters. And we also had some other rooms here. We'll put, well, no, not there in that corner. Put that right there. Need some few other things. I think this was the Chamberlain's room. Oh, we had more than a few rooms. All right. Well, maybe a bit more. I'm not sure. And this was the bishop's room, or the chaplain. We needed to make a wash basin here, so people could wash up, since there's not really a bathroom facility. They'd have to go outside. And we had one more in here. And a candle, which needs to go up there. Alrighty. Well, just a few more, I guess. Need to put a painting up here. And some of this I'm just going to keep keep open. Put some banners in here. Need to go ahead and finish the bed. I think we're going to do that during this episode. Make everything look all nice and awesome. Need some bookshelves. Need some cobble for the alchemy room. Indeed. So let's head down here. I've been seeing some really interesting stuff in the snapshots for the future releases, the future patches. Everything looks really good. They've got the offhand shields and all the other stuff that you can do. Let's close up for the night. Let's go ahead and get the bed dealt with. And where is the... Ah, there you are. We'll take that, that, and that. And let's take all the lumber, because we don't know if we're actually gonna need it for anything. So I've been reading up on some movie news lately, and I read something this morning that really just, I kind of like, why? Why would you do such a thing? They are going to do a new Zorro movie. And I was really excited when I heard that news because I loved Zorro. Mask of Zorro is one of my favorite movies. And I remember watching the original Disney series way back in the day, when it used to come on the Disney Channel in the morning or in the afternoon, like around lunchtime. So let's get a good base here. We've got the headboard. But they are making a new Zorro. However, and get this, they are going to make Zorro post-apocalyptic. Yeah. They are going to make a new Zorro with a post-apocalyptic theme. And I have no idea what the heck these people are thinking. That just sounds horrible to me. And that looks okay. Let's try the spruce fencing. Kind of mix and match our lumber here. I think that could work. Maybe. We're going to need a little bit more. So let's go chop some wood here. Let's get to sleep. And we're sleeping here in the middle. And I'm not going to block any of this. Part of me does want to block this. However, I have had projects and houses before where I put like slabs here, like so, and it actually, well, if you sleep in the side, it'll be fine, but it actually blocks where you sleep, and you end up waking up at spawn, which is not good because your bed's obstructed. But that looks kind of decent, I think. And we'll just keep the sides the way, well, yeah, this way is good. And maybe, no, I don't want to have them match the other side. I think that would look weird. Well, let's deal with that. But it's like a post-apocalyptic Zorro. I can see where they're going with it, but I just don't think it'll hold water. I was like, how about making a good Zorro movie? And I normally hate the concept of reboots and stuff. It is incredibly it's just a bad business, how many reboots and whatnot they're wanting to come out with. And I don't know if I've mentioned this on the channel before, but I think the primary reason they do it is because when they come out with a movie that's come here, Robin Hood. When you come out with a movie that's an original franchise, the two that are popped into my head when I think about that are Jupiter Ascending and John Carter, which I think was the worst performing Disney movie of all time. The reason that is, and let's get some dark oak while we're here, is because a lot of the film companies, from what I've observed, they will throw all of their advertising might into a reboot because they know it's an established thing. And then occasionally they'll be brave and come out with something new and original, or a new adapted work, which John Carter was. It was based on the John Carter of Mars book series. However, they don't want to throw all of their advertising power behind it, and then they have the audacity to be upset and surprised when those movies don't do good, because a lot of people weren't even aware that they came out. They didn't get any of the buzz. So I would like them, honestly, instead of rebooting Zorro in a post-apocalyptic world, I would like them to come out with an actual decent Zorro movie to make up for the horrendous Legend of Zorro film that came out, which was not too good at all. We'll get the spruce here, and let's do some fences first off. We've got more dark oak than spruce, so we will split the sticks like so. And what's that going to make? Oh, that's going to make the dark oak fence. I forgot that there's new and exciting fences, which is strange considering the fact I was trying to make a spruce fence. So let's do 6 will do. So like so, and then we do the slabs to make up for the fact that otherwise it'll be built right into the... And we do have some dark oak slabs, so that's good. And I'm curious whether I should actually be... Should we fill the entire area or just have this be like a... No, let's have it fill the entire area. Why not? Eh. Go away, slab. So there's a nice lordly bed. You know, I'm gonna... Heck, no, that's not what I wanted to do. I kind of like the open up on top. Maybe I could get some glass and make mirrors. Well, maybe let's try some spruce slabs, just for the variation of color. Because variation of color is important. No, don't like it. We're gonna go ahead and just... Well, we could do colored. We could do colored wool, but I think that's good for right now. We'll go ahead and just leave that as is. Let's go ahead and get our workbench in case we need it. Now, just to also let you guys know, I probably will not be doing a lot of Minecraft episodes. I think I'm going to work off and on until I finish the castle. And it's just going to be busy work. It's not going to be anything really worth seeing. And then I'll show you guys the finished article, do a grand tour, and then head back to spawn and do our best to find the Ender Fortress, because that'll be fun. I say with no sarcasm whatsoever. But yeah, Legend of Zorro was a horrible idea because, well, one of the things that they did is they added a kid, which is normally the kiss of death during these franchises. When they add a kid in, like a son or something, they have it written like a typical mischievous kid who's going to get in all kinds of adventures. The only time that I have seen a movie with a kid that actually advanced the plot and it wasn't bad at all was, I'm going to need some black wool, I'm going to need some black wool. So let's go ahead and leave the castle and go hunt some squid. When I saw a kid play a big part in the plot and not be annoying whatsoever was Lone Ranger. And that is a criminally underrated movie, I think. A lot of people didn't like it, and it is one of the big Johnny Depp box office bombs. I loved the Lone Ranger movie. I didn't think I was going to either, because I had heard that they were making Tonto basically the star of the movie because it was Johnny Depp and the Lone Ranger was going to be this bumbling fool. And he was bumbling at first, and then he turned into a big hero near the end of the movie. Spoiler. And I really liked The Lone Ranger. I thought it was a good movie, and the kid wasn't annoying at all. He was actually a nice, fleshed out character. Imagine that. But if they made a decent Zorro film to make up for Legend of Zorro, I would greatly appreciate it. We could have the whole thing come full circle and have Antonio Banderas play the old Zorro, passing on his knowledge to someone else. I think that would be kind of cool, just like Anthony Hopkins' version of Diego de la Vega, I believe it was his name, did to Antonio Banderas' character in Mask of Zorro. Which I loved seeing that movie in the theater. It was actually one of my parents' favorite movies. And you can't get much better than that. There's only one scene in that entire movie that loses me. And that's when he's fighting in the courtyard against some troops. And he jumps up and starts doing basically trapeze work on the tree branches. And you can tell the tree branches are so horribly fake. And the thing about it is, the scene is long enough that you notice it. It becomes very, very apparent that these branches are not branches, but they are just simply brown painted bars. But if you ever get a chance to see that, that's the only thing that really takes me out of the movie. Everything else is pretty flawless, and that's a really good movie. Catherine Zeta-Jones introduced the world to her, and that certainly didn't hurt anyone. But that was back when Antonio Banderas was considered the next big thing. And then he came out with some movies that were bad, but one movie he came out with that was badly received, I loved, and that's The 13th Warrior. The 13th Warrior gets a horrendously bad rap. It's an excellent movie. If you never heard of The 13th Warrior... Oh, pumpkins. Do I have pumpkin seeds? I think I do. But if you've never seen 13th Warrior... watch it. It's a really good fantasy epic. It's darker than was the style at the time, and I actually think that helped it out. But I know some friends of mine who love that movie and watch it all the time. It's strange to me how some movies that are considered box office flops can have such a potent effect on people and be some of their favorite films. Guilty pleasures, I guess, that end up in people's top 5. A case for that for me is the movie Kingdom of Heaven with Orlando Bloom. A lot of people didn't like that movie. It's one of, if not my favorite movie of all time, because it was a really good epic, and I think the primary argument with it is they are trying to push Orlando Bloom as, this next big hero star, and his character Bellion didn't have a whole lot of personality, which, to be honest, I thought was helped out the film, because Bellion being that kind of emotionally distant person, you saw some of the stuff through his eyes, and I think you needed to, because the movies was based on the Crusades, the religious wars and all that between Saladin and what was his name? King. Oh, I forgot the king's name. Baldwin. Yeah, there we go. King Baldwin and Saladin and all the complexities and the people who were there solely for personal gain and not for redemption. It's a really good film if you've never seen it. There's also a director's cut that adds a whole lot of depth, like further depth to it. And it's a Ridley Scott movie. I've never seen a Ridley Scott movie that I've disliked. He did a very good in Robin Hood. If you've never seen the Robin Hood, I know a lot of people didn't see it just solely because it was Russell Crowe playing an older Robin Hood, but I thought it was very good. I went in it with no expectations whatsoever, and that's pretty much how you have to go watch a lot of movies, I think, is with no expectations. I'm definitely going to be doing that with The Force Awakens, but if I'm going to be pleasantly surprised, I've already told my wife I'm going to be blubbering in the theater and crying, but... she's had that warning, so she knows what to expect. So we've got the ink sacs. Let's go, and I think we're going to attack this one floor at a time. And we need some more... Oh, wait, we don't have... I don't think I have any wool. So let's grab our trusty pair of shears. And I hear you, zombies. I'm also going to be eliminating the torches inside the cells down in the dungeon. But we're going to be eliminating... Whoa, that is a lot of enchanted gear, guys. Hi. Hiya. Drop your bow? No, you dropped an arrow, though. And you're wearing enchanted armor. Do you have an enchant... Oh, an enchanted bow. And what'd you drop? Ooh, unbreaking 1. Ah, had my hopes were so high. Hi, guys. Don't worry, I'm not here to slaughter you. I'm just here to shear you, so I can make use of your wools. Back up. Back up. Back up. You know the price for escaping. Nope. You too. You watch this. There. I hated to do that. Here. I'll throw your buddy back in there as a warning to all those who would dare try to escape. And that gave us 12 wool. That should be good. And we got an egg somehow. I guess we went really too close to the chicken coop. I'm going to make some cake, by the way, and put those on the tables in the Great Hall, just so it looks like there's been food served. So we need some dingy gray. So we've got the black. I think I have... Yep, got plenty of bone meal. Go in, put some bone meal and ink sac for some gray dye. And I'm not sure how much. We'll take 18 gray dye. I think that's kind of overkill, but that should be good for our purposes. And some decent gray. Some gray carpet. Let's go ahead and go with 9. And I really went overboard here, but... ah, well. So down into the catacombs. And now we gotta fight our way through this. There we are. Got our guard station. And I did not finish some of this. Holy crap. So we'll put that there. That's pretty much where they sleep. And I locked myself into the dungeon. Oh, dear. Well, good to know. Let's throw away something we don't need. Let's throw some fencing away. And some panels. I can't believe I did that. So, we know to open the door and actually set the carpet. Like so. That's better. Whoops. Did I... Oh, I locked myself in again. This reminds me of when you're a kid and you're afraid of the dark. And you turn the light on and run really quickly because you don't want to be caught in the dark. And... ah, I was able to do it. Cool. And we've got... oh, the buttons. Forgot about the buttons. Let's grab all these guys. And... take out this torch. Let's head back up. And I do believe I have some of this overgrown brick. That should help. We can go ahead and put all the lumber away as well. And then we should be good. Where's the lumber? There's where we're putting the lumber. I'll organize it a little bit later. But do we have... yes, we still have plenty of mossy stone brick. So let's hurry before a zombie decides to spawn down there where I eliminated that torch. And have to remember where the button is on the way out. Which I believe I did. Otherwise that would have been somewhat awkward. And put that shovel here. Alright, so mossy stone, mossy stone, mossy stone, normal brick. There we are. And everything's good for you, except I want to take out that torch. There we are. And there's no torch in here anyway, so that's good. And we'll do further moss. And that's just enough darkness for something to spawn in there, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but... Oh, locked ourselves in. It's okay. I've got an escape plan. And normal brick. Now, I don't believe there's any other holes or anything we need to be aware of. I think it was just that one. And we'll eliminate these lights in here. And maybe set one light. Yeah, we'll just set one light there. And no torches whatsoever. A little bit dark in each room. Excellent. Okay, guys. Well, looks like the dungeon is good. I'm going to go ahead and call that good. If all's well, then we don't have to go into the dungeon again. They've got the place to sleep. Great Hall is pretty much done. Kitchen's done. All we got left are the bedrooms. And we will be in good shape. So thank you guys very much for watching today. If you liked the episode, go ahead and click like down below. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment. That'd be a big help. And we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.